Carolina Panthers at home, now in the you better not overlook us category after collecting win number 2 in dramatic fashion.
So that gives Carolina a first down and they can get into victory formation.
They're trying to get back to the 500 mark, which would mean a little something 6 games in. Have to beat a Cowboys club looking to make it over the 500 mark after trashing the Jets.
Complete dominating performance really in all areas.
No CD, no Cavante Turpin, missing 2 Tylers on the O-line, no problem. Dak Prescott comes in off an Al Bundy Polk High showing, 4 TDs, no INTs, rate over 125, 120 plus rate back-to-back games, 7 touchdowns over his last 2.
I'm not sure there's a quarterback in the league that's playing better ball than Dak Prescott.
Cowboys offense, 37 points last week, so Carolina's D trying to slow an O that's been good for 37 plus points 3 of their last 4 games.
This offense is so many light years ahead of what McCarthy was doing in the first part of last year.
Can Dak and company keep it humming? Panthers gave up 24 points in their win. They've allowed 24 or more in all but 1 game in 2025.
Touchdown! Well, that was easy.
The Carolina secondary he tries to stay hot against gave up 3 TDs to Tua, didn't pick him off once, a 120-plus rate allowed, over 250 yards surrendered.
Throws back right corner of the end zone for a touchdown!
They had not been that generous to other quarterbacks as they have a sub-90 rate over their 5 games, but also hadn't gotten to a QB 3 times in a game until last week. Actually, they didn't even have 3 sacks for the year combined, so it was a breakout performance.
Down goes Tagovailoa!
Gonna be hard-pressed to repeat the feat based on Dak only taking 1 sack versus New York for 1 yard. He only took 1 sack the week before, too.
We knew the offense was good. For them to continue to play at that level with 4 offensive line starters out, I can't stress how hard that is in the NFL.
Don't get to Dak, he could try some more flour. Wait, Flournoy, sorry. Ryan with a career-high 114 yards versus the Jets.
And Flournoy, he's had himself a game.
There's George Pickens, a TD and 57 yards last week. He's painted it blue 5 times, at least once in 4 straight games.
Dak just said, I'm going to throw it down and let you make a play, and George Pickens did exactly that.
And tight end Jake Ferguson comes in off a 2-score, 49-yard game, back-to-back weeks with a trip to the paint.
Ferguson to the end zone again, touchdown!
Panthers secondary gave up TD tight end Darren Waller in their win, 78 yards too, 110 yards and a TD to Jalen Waddle. But they do hit week 6 after a strong game against the run, held Devon Achane to 16 yards, just 1.6 a try.
You're not going to have effective runs in the middle of this Carolina defense.
They now have to try and cool off a Dallas rush attack. Also on the Caliente side, Javonte Williams motors in off a 135-yard, 8.4 per run, 1-score game, broke a 66-yarder, 75 yards in 4 straight, 4.3 or better in each.
Javonte Williams, where did you come from?
He, though, isn't the hottest running back in this game. The guy he replaced is, call it the Rico revenge game. Dowdle got the start in place of Chuba Hubbard. How about 200 plus on the ground, 9 yards per carry, scored, snapped a 53-yarder.
What an afternoon for Rico Dowdle!
And now he goes after a Dallas defense that gave up 113 on 8.1 a carry to Breece Hall last week.
And that's poor tackling as opposed to great running in my mind.
Dowdle propelled Carolina's offense to 27 points, only the second time they've surpassed 22.
And the Panthers take the lead!
Cowboys defense getting a Bryce Young feeling confident after he came through on their last drive, threw 2 touchdown passes for the game, 90.7 rate, not great, but the highest he's had so far.
Wow, what a throw by Bryce Young out of the pocket.
Under 7 yards per attempt, under 200 yards, and did throw a pick, but it's all relative with him and them. And hey, Cowboys secondary gave up over 280 yards to Justin Fields. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, plus 100 rate, which they are second to last in at this point.
But the way they've played pass defense this year, they cannot get into a position where the other team's just dropping back and throwing it.
Scooter Magruder is yelling, it was when Oscar the Grouch was on the field, which is true. and their pass rush barrels in off a 5-sack game that sent New York's offense backwards 49 yards.
If you want your sacks, today's the day to get them.
Young was hit 8 times by Miami, planted 3 times.
Down he goes!
Less than 2 sacks taken per game so far, so usually his protection has been solid. Panthers pass catchers, only one with more than 31 yards in last week's win. Xavier Legette had a touchdown and 31 yards. T-Mac continues to be the one guy opposing secondaries have to worry about. McMillan 4 more targets than anyone else versus the Finns, 73 yards.
This kid has just got talent oozing from his pores.
This is the 3rd year in a row Panthers and Cowboys have played each other. Dallas has won 3 in a row.